Hello everyone, welcome back to Echo. This is how we become real woke. Today's video, we are talking about self-talk because I made a promise to you guys in the previous video that I will be elaborating on a separate video regarding self-talk. This is that video, guys, and I'm so excited to share what I have learned regarding self-talk and how changing how I talk to myself about myself has been a game changer in my life. And I've shared it with some of my close family members and acquaintances, and some of them have used it and it has actually worked for them too. So I will be sharing more on that. But before we go into today's video, my name is Empress Taloa and I'd like to welcome all the old viewers. I appreciate you guys. You really keep pumping me up. When I see that someone has viewed the video, it really encourages me. Though I did say when I started the channel that thinking about the people that are going to be watching the channel is actually what stopped me for so long to start this channel. So guess what? I was engaging in negative self-talk. I mean, you really never know until you do something, hey? But we like to create stories and talk negatively about ourselves and our dreams. And guess what? We end up not achieving any of them because that negative self-talk comes from fear. And guess what? We contract when we fear and we can't manifest our good, like I always say. So, new viewers, I welcome all of you. And I appreciate that you've taken your time out of your busy schedules to watch the content in this channel, okay? So without wasting any more time, guys, let's get into today's video. What is self-talk? Self-talk is how you speak about yourself to yourself. So you may be sitting at home in a taxi, in your car, you may be walking around the mall or something like that, and you are just consistently chattering negatively about yourself. So self-talk can be positive, okay? That's why I've been saying self-talk and not negative self-talk or positive self-talk. So we have these two types, right? The positive self-talk is what is necessary, but I will get to that just in a moment. For now, let's talk about how we contract ourselves, how we beat ourselves up, how we even create dis-ease in our bodies because of the negative self-talk that keeps happening in our minds. So, in my book, Settling in One's Heart, first book I ever wrote about the pandemic, so essentially about the COVID-19 pandemic. This book is essentially about fear and love. It encourages us to go back to love because fear is the pandemic, right? I'm sure we all agree. So in the book, I speak about A guy who literally killed himself with his self-talk. This man worked for a company that hired out mobile fridges, right? So it was a weekend, and he was cleaning the fridges, and he got locked inside one of them. The security guard locked the gates, and everybody went off and had their weekend. Nobody noticed that he was locked in. He also, so that guy started thinking to himself, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm suffocating, and it's so cold, and it's so cold in here. I'm freezing to death. I'm dying, I'm dying. When they found the guy on the Monday, they found him with a note in his pocket. So he had been writing this. He had some receipts and a pen in his pockets, and he had been writing this, right? When they found him, he was dead. They checked the fridge. The fridge was off, so it couldn't have been freezing. And the door, on the knob of the door, on the hinges of the door, there was a piece that was broken off. So there was air circulation. So he could breathe. But because he thought that is what was happening, and he told himself that, he actually killed himself. I know of someone who said that they don't want to be an old corpse. They want to be a young corpse so that they can die beautiful. They died at age 21. I know that person personally. They died at age 21. And so I think you guys have noticed, hey, I'm Rastafarian. So we Rastafarians like to say word sound is power. That's exactly what it means. If you are Christian, you may know of that scripture, John chapter 1, in the beginning was the word. But even if you believe in the sciences, they speak about the big bang. The Big Bang is sound, isn't it? It's sound. So, yeah, there's similarities in our beliefs, yet we like to get stuck in the differences. But anyway, that's not the topic for today. So, in all perspectives, we speak about the power of sound, because words are sounds and they have a vibration. So when you think of something or say something to yourself or about somebody else, you are planting a seed in the quantum field, and that thing that you are thinking or saying is going to manifest in your physical reality. I'm always urging you guys, please, please, please let us move away from the fear frequency. I mean, fear serves us, hey? We have the reptilian brain, so we have the animal in us. So instinct, fear, it helps to a point. And do you know what fear means? This is what fear means, guys. So do you still want to stay in fear? Khalil Gibran says, fear lies not in that which is feared. In the Prophet, I'm ad-libbing, but he says something like that in the chapter where he talks about fear. So if you've never read the Prophet, go get yourself a copy. It is an amazing book to read. Khalil Gibran is an amazing author. So yeah, so the negative self-talk keeps us in fear, and then we create fearful things in our lives. So I hope me sharing this will assist you guys to see how we actually sabotage our lives. Remember, in a previous video I spoke about the test and how when we think of life as a test, we actually get into fear mode. Negative self-talk is one of the ways we get ourselves into fear mode. So now let's talk about positive self-talk. When I first heard about the activity of looking at yourself in the mirror and saying positive statements about yourself, I thought it was just a lot of garbage, guys. I just thought, oh gosh, now I must go stand in front of the mirror and like really fool myself. I really don't feel like those things. So why would I be saying them to myself? Because I am not those things. Guess what, guys? I decided to give it a try. I was like, you know what? Because I was at my lowest in my life, I just thought, let me just give it a try and see what will happen. I mean, look at me now. Look at the identity shift, hey? If you haven't watched that video about identity shift, please go watch it, guys. It will change your life. Yeah, so I gave it a try. And for a while, my mind was just thinking, oh gosh, I'm just wasting time. But one day, I actually realized that a lot of the things that I was affirming, I had become. I was embodying them. And that for me was like, whoo, I need to do more of these things. So I changed them to the ones that were relevant for where I was in my life at that time. And they worked. And a lot of the things that I used to affirm back then, I do not need to affirm anymore because they just are. You know, it's like the green here. If I say it's green, I know it's green. I don't have to affirm and say, this is green, this is green, this is green, this is green. No, I know it's green, right? So that's how affirmations work. So when you affirm and you say positive statements, it is part of positive self-talk. And the more positive self-talk, the more you create those connections in your brain. You actually develop that muscle and you become that. Research neuroplasticity, guys. It will blow your mind. Like understanding that nothing is permanent in life. You can shift anything just by doing it often. Woo! Change my life, guys. Try it for yourselves and see what will happen in your lives. And when you do notice the changes, feel free to come and share in any of the videos Go to the comments section and share, guys. I'm excited to find out more about your journeys. What are you experiencing? Hey? Yeah, so the mirror exercise is one of the things you can actually do for yourself right now to start shifting the self-talk. Remember, I spoke about a gratitude journal in the previous video? Get that, guys. Get that gratitude journal. It will help you to shift your self-talk. If you can, meditate as well. Meditation really helps. You can also use visualizations. I did provide evidence in the previous video of the impact of visualizations. I like to just share this short clip about the power of words before I speak about the last thing that I think you guys need to decrease in your lives. Like, do less of it, and that will also help you to shift your self-talk. So here's the clip.
The earth itself coming into existence, explosions, eruptions, atomic explosions and bombs. You can see all this and watch it before your eyes. But everything owes its existence solely and completely to sound. Sound is the factor which holds it together. Sound is the basis of form and shape. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. We are told that this is how the worlds began and how creation took shape. If we put that into the modern idiom and say that into the great voids of space came a sound and matter took shape.
The last thing I would like to talk about is one of the reasons why we often feel like the affirmations are not working in the beginning, or writing in that gratitude journal does not work, is because of our programming. We've been programmed wrong. Hey, that's why we need to unlearn, learn, and relearn. We have been programmed wrong. Remember, our minds are like a computer. So we program what kind of things we would like to see happen in our lives, right? Just like a computer program. That's why we have TV programs. That is what I would like for you guys to do less of. Engage with media less, guys. The news, social media, engage less. See if that will not shift the way you talk to yourself. Because what happens with media is that you see all these images, right, of beauty, of people being successful, and you look at yourself and you're like, I don't look like those people, so I will never live this kind of life. Negative self-talk, guys. So please watch less TV. Rather you watch encouraging and motivational YouTube videos. I mean, there's a lot of content creators out there that are putting out content that can actually help you in your evolution, in your growth, in your ascending journey, right? In your making of the choice between the 3D and the 5D. So this is the end of today's video, guys. I hope you found value in everything that I've shared. If there's anything that I've mentioned that is in the previous videos, please feel free to go check those things out so that you get the full picture of what I'm talking about, because I'm always building on things that I've spoken about before. On that note, I'd like to say goodbye to all of you. It is Empress Taloa signing out of Echo. This is how we become real woke.